Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm super excited to dive into a topic that's not only fun, but also incredibly rewarding, making organic soap. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Soap? Really? But trust me, once you get into it, you'll realize it's so much more than just cleaning yourself. It's about creativity, self-care, and even a little bit of science. So, grab a cup of your favorite beverage, settle in, and let's get sudsy. First off, let's talk about why you might want to make your own soap. There are a ton of reasons. For starters, commercial soaps can be loaded with harsh chemicals, synthetic fragrances, and preservatives that can irritate your skin. If you've ever had a bad reaction to a store-bought soap, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When you make your own organic soap, you have complete control over what goes into it. You can tailor it to your skin type, your scent preferences, and even your values. Want a soap that's vegan, cruelty-free, and eco-friendly? You got it. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of how to actually make this soap. I'm going to break it down step by step so it's super easy to follow. First things first, you need to gather your ingredients. You'll need a base oil, which could be olive oil, coconut oil, or even avocado oil. Each oil has its own unique properties, so depending on what you want your soap to do, you can mix and match. For instance, coconut oil is fantastic for lathering, while olive oil is super moisturizing. Next up, you'll need lye. Yes, I said lye. It sounds intimidating, but don't worry. When used correctly, it's perfectly safe. Lye is what turns your oils into soap through a process called saponification. Just remember to always wear gloves and goggles when handling lye, because safety first. You'll also need distilled water to mix with the lye. Now here's where the fun begins. Once you have your oils and lye ready, it's time to combine them. You'll want to heat your oils until they're melted, and then let them cool down to about 100 to 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Meanwhile, mix your lye with distilled water in a well-ventilated area. Be sure to do this step slowly and carefully, as the mixture will heat up and produce fumes. Once both mixtures are at the right temperature, you can slowly pour the lye into the oils. Stir it gently but thoroughly until it reaches what's called trace. Trace is when the mixture thickens and leaves a trail on the surface when you drizzle some of it back in. This is a crucial step, as it indicates that your saponification is happening. Now, here's where you can really let your creativity shine. You can add essential oils for fragrance, natural colorants like turmeric or spirulina, or even exfoliants like oatmeal or coffee grounds. The possibilities are endless. I love using lavender essential oil for a calming effect, or adding dried flowers for a beautiful touch. Just be mindful of the quantities. A little goes a long way. Once you've mixed in your additives, it's time to pour the soap into a mold. You can use silicone molds, wooden boxes, or even repurpose containers you have at home. Just make sure they're lined if they're not silicone, so the soap comes out easily later. After pouring, you can tap the mold gently to remove any air bubbles, and then cover it with a towel to insulate it. This helps the soap cure properly. Now comes the hardest part, waiting. You'll need to let your soap sit for about 24 to 48 hours until it hardens enough to be removed from the mold. Once it's ready, you can cut it into bars and let it cure for about 4 to 6 weeks. This curing process allows the soap to fully saponify and ensures that any lye is neutralized. Patience is key here, but I promise it's worth it. While you're waiting, you can start thinking about packaging or gifting ideas. Handmade soap makes for a fantastic gift, and you can personalize it with labels, ribbons, or even little notes. It's a great way to show someone you care, and who wouldn't appreciate a little luxury in their shower routine. Now, let's talk about some common pitfalls when making soap. One of the biggest mistakes beginners make is not measuring their ingredients accurately. Soap making is a science, so precision is key. Invest in a good kitchen scale to ensure you're using the right amounts. Another tip is to keep notes on your batches. If you find a combination you love, you'll want to replicate it in the future. You might also be tempted to rush the curing process, but trust me, don't do it. Cutting your soap too early can lead to a mushy mess, and nobody wants that. Just let it take its time, and you'll be rewarded with a beautiful, hard bar of soap that you can be proud of. So, there you have it. Making organic soap is not only a fun and creative outlet, but also a way to take control of what you put on your skin. It's an eco-friendly alternative to commercial products that often do more harm than good. Plus, you get to enjoy the satisfaction of creating something with your own hands. I hope you feel inspired to give it a try. If you do, let me know in the comments what scents or ingredients you're thinking of using. I can't wait to hear about your soap-making adventures. Until next time, happy sudsing!